my goodness! What's going on, boys and girls? I don't know why I said it like that. I just left Torchy's shitty ass tacos. I did not eat. I will not eat their white food. Mexican power. It is Taco Tuesday. That's the only reason we went. Man, I want to talk about why guys have to lie about their bikes.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god. Stop your fucking lying.
Alright, so we all have that one friend, or we've at least met one person, sits there and just straight up lies to you about their bike, what they're able to do, you know, power wise, or how fast they've gone. I don't doubt the fact that you think you went 200 miles an hour, and I also don't doubt the fact that your bike said you went 200 miles an hour. But I'm telling you right now, you did not go 200 miles an hour. So you'll usually get that one guy who sits there and lies about everything. I was on Reddit the other day and there was a couple of posts. One of them was talking about this guy who went to the DMV and he was just sitting there straight up lying, saying my Gixxer 600 could do, you know, I've had it up to 200, it could do 240. And the guy was like, miles an hour? And the guy was like, yeah, miles an hour. I've had this happen to me plenty of times. Had this one guy come up and tell me that his R6 with -1 +2 gearing could do 186.
Exclusive.
He said he had his bike up to 180 something. Pretty sure he said 186 or 185. Something retarded like that. I think the fastest 600 did 176. Now there's no fucking way that his -1 +2. Oh, and the best part was he had one of them little eBay, Amazon fucking shorty tip exhausts. You know, the ones where you lose a bunch of horsepower instead of gaining anything. And he said that he looked at me straight dead in the fucking face and said, yeah man, the other day I went 186 on my R6, a little 600. The fastest 600 was clocked at 170. How? You tell me how. And I tried to explain to him that, dude, you're sprocketed and your speedometer is off on your motorcycle, 5 to 10%, depending on who makes your bike. And you know, the faster you go, the worse it's gonna get. He sat there and fucking like just he would not listen to what I had to say. And then we rode together, right? And he was riding right next to me and he said, oh man, my speedometer, I looked at yours and my shit was only about 3 miles an hour off. And I was like, okay, but mine is about 2 to 3 miles an hour off depending on how fast you're going, and you're sprocketed, so you're about 6 miles an hour off from what I am. And the faster you go, the worse it's gonna get. He just would not listen. I had another guy try to tell me that he went 195 on his 12-year-old Gixxer 1000. 195. Your fucking bike is limited to 186 miles an hour. My S1000, one of the fastest bikes you can buy, is limited to 186 miles an hour. Unless you have a 99 Busa.
Hayabusa, motherfucker!
You ain't going to see no fucking anything over 186. Unless you go ahead and take ECU flash the fuck out of it to get all the restrictions off. And even then, I don't know if it'll do that gap to go from 186 to 200 to over 200 is fucking nearly impossible. I seen an H2 top out, an H2 that was modded, and it did 188, 2 miles over the 186 cap, and that was it. It was topped out 188. And you're gonna sit there and tell me that your 12-year-old Gixxer is faster than an H2? I don't fucking think so. There ain't no fucking way. And then the H2R has the record for 250 miles an hour. You're gonna sit there and that dude on Reddit and say that your fucking Gixxer 600 can do 240 miles an hour? I don't know if they're just ignorant or straight up retarded, or they just spew this shit out of their mouth to sound cool.
Stock, right?
All custom.
No?
Yep.
What's it got done?
We've replaced the headies and the hammer in there, and then we got a Lamborghini exhaust on that thing.
Do you?
Yeah. 175 in 5th gear. That'll tell you how fast it is.
Yeah? Sounds pretty good, man. How much horsepower?
This got 610.
I see you got a supercharged badge on it. Where do you got that?
Yeah, right inside of my Hemi right here. We got it inside the intake right there.
Oh, really?
Cool. Yeah. And a Lamborghini used to build no car, so when I had this thing built, Lamborghini would put a Lamborghini exhaust on a spoke car. That's why I got like 45 more horsepower just coming out of this thing from factory.
Like, how do people that ride bikes not know this? Every speedometer is off, 5 to 10%. So if you're going 195, like that one guy said on a Gixxer 1000, and I tried to explain, he's like, oh man, yeah, and the guys that I was with, they only did 175. So how could I not have been going 190? I was like, well, their speedometer's off too. At the worst case scenario, it's off by like 20%, and then which is that might be a lot. You know, I think 10 to 15 is probably more accurate. 5 is like probably, you know, right on. Is he wearing pink underwear? I fucking think he is. And then you got guys who put on those shorty exhausts and think they gain like 20 horsepower, just like the guys who put cold air intakes on their cars. Yeah, cold air intake. It's more like hot air intake. They put those exhaust or the intakes on their cars and think, oh, instant 20 horsepower. And then you got the guys who put power commanders. I got a Gen 5 power commander under my ass. I just gained 10 extra horsepower. Dude, no, you did not. All you did was manage the fuel in your fucking bike and ignition. Fueling and ignition timing. That's all you can do with a power commander. It doesn't magically give you an extra 10 horsepower. I don't know where people get all this shit out their ass for. Even if you did a slip-on, you'd probably, at the most, man, 5 horsepower. Realistically, probably 2. And if you got a really shit one, you probably lost about 5 horsepower. But I don't know where these guys just, oh man, I went 186 on my 600. Wait, no, dude, you did it. Quit lying. You're not impressing anybody. Everybody who knows better is just gonna make fun of you, and you don't sound cool, man. People that say that shit, man, I sit there and I'm like, does he believe the shit that's coming out of his mouth? Does he expect me to believe this bullshit? Because I sure as fuck don't believe what he's saying. Let me know if you've ever. I really want to hear your stories. I really want to see what people have told you, and how many do you know these people, or do they just like come out of nowhere and just like. Just tell me your stories down below, man. I'm really eager to hear all these, because I find it really interesting how people can just sit there and straight up lie to you. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking ignorant assholes trying to impress everybody. Anyways, peace.